It's still a new year, and in this episode, we're going to share with you what we're doing differently for our relationship.
I'm Sienna.
And I'm Toast.
We're partners in love, life, and music, and we've been together since 2001.
With each episode of this podcast, our goal is to help our fellow LGBT community members lift their lives to the next level.
Hey, everyone.
Hey, and welcome to this episode. We're looking forward to talking about New Year's and setting goals, and especially for us, something new. We've never done this before.
Ever. We took some,
I know.
I mean, I guess finally.
We're kind of like slow learners or late bloomers or something, maybe.
So I think many of you know. Are you fine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I just had to cough.
I don't know if, do we say it in that thing in the beginning? Anyways, we've been together for this year, we'll make 18 years. I think we might say that in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
But so we finally done something that I think would have been great to do earlier, but but at least we finally come around. So anyways, but before we get to that, so I don't know how you guys are, but with the new year, my tendency, and every single year, so again, this year, I finally kind of wised up about this. I get so excited. I have a clean slate. I have a beautiful planner. I often have a brand new journal and pen. And it just gets me going. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to do this and do this. And my goal list for the year always tends to be way more than I can do. Way more.
Mm-hmm. And they're all good things.
Way more. Yeah, they are good things. But I'll tell you that the problem with that is at the end of the year, when you do your reflection on how the year went, what worked, what didn't work, and we normally do this late December, it's like you see the things you didn't get done, and that tends to take all the beauty and light and validation away from the things that you actually did do. Mm-hmm. So this year, for me personally, I really whittled down my list. And it's hard. This is a habit for me that I've had for so many years. So I find myself getting antsy because my list is so simplified.
It feels so small.
Yeah, it does. And it's like I want the drama of like that long list. And it's like looking at the list and going, oh my God, I'm going to do all this stuff. So I find myself kind of, getting a little.
And I think both you and I are, I don't know if overachiever is the word, but I think you and I are ambitious. We have big dreams. We love doing things well, right?
I think we love goals too.
And we tend towards the perfectionist side, detail oriented, right? Wanting things to feel neat and orderly, not content. And we get a little stressed out when things feel sloppy or messy or kind of haphazard or just too spontaneous almost, right?
Kind of, I guess.
I mean, it's a mixed bag, but I think in general, hello, we have a podcast. Why do we have right? I think that's an example of, hey, we want to create something and do some good in the world. Yeah. And
I was a little lost there when you said, hello, we have, and I'm like, I'm not getting it.
So
but
what?
Okay. So for me, I think, and every year I believe we do this, but more than any other year, having a word for your year is very helpful to remember what your intention is. Yeah. So that whenever you're going crazy, and I'm speaking for myself, and I'm like, what else am I going to do? What else am I going to do? And I'm wanting the more on my list. I'm like, okay, nope, let's get back to the intention for the year. So having that word intention for the year is super helpful because that can refocus you. But I think the important thing is remembering your word for the year. So it might help to write in using a Sharpie on the very cover of your journal, so you don't have to open it to remember your word, but you have it there, or put it in your notes on your phone if you use your notes a lot.
Set up a daily alarm.
Oh yeah,
that just goes off and it flashes your word.
Oh yeah, I need to change my alarms, but yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So do you want to share what your focus, your intention is, and I'll share mine?
So I guess my intention and focus can be summed up with the word self-care.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel very ambivalent about using that phrase because on one hand, it just feels so selfish and self-centered.
No.
But on the other hand,
You got to put your mask on you first.
Yeah, my oxygen mask needs to go on me first. Yeah.
I'm going to just move
and
change my seating arrangement here.
Okay.
Go ahead. Keep going.
And one of my struggles or pain points, I think, in living a life that feels the best that I can. Are you getting settled in your chair there?
Yeah,
Are you?
My chair
so funny.
is spinning and squeaking. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm ready.
Is being consistent with my exercise and workouts and meditation.
Essentials.
Yeah. But yet I don't have a great track record of treating them as essentials.
Well, you know what I would say about you, though, just as an observer watching how you work, is you have really great long stretches of being totally consistent.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And then you're not doing anything.
What do you mean?
Then you
followed
dropped it.
by another period of
where you're not doing any of it, but then you pick up again. Mm-hmm. And I wonder, because the times when you're really consistent, it's like almost daily or 6 days a week, and you're super consistent. And I wonder if we took all those days and we averaged it out throughout the year, that it's actually very consistent.
Like on an average, I'm at a consistent 80% kind of thing.
Yeah, or like 300 days out of the year, you're doing something for, so that's what I notice. Are you thinking?
Well, I just know, I never thought of it that way. But I would like to get to more consistency.
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, because when you're doing it, when you're on, you are on. Like you're so disciplined. It's like you're there. Yeah. So self-care is your word. That's your theme for the year.
Yeah. And I think I'm just thinking out loud here and just processing. I'm on the couch with everybody here listening. You know how some people might have a New Year's resolution to read more?
Okay.
Or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Or New Year's resolution to maybe keep up with current events and the news more, to be informed and make sure that... Like, those two things for me, I go overboard, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
Those come so naturally to me.
Yeah.
That it's not... I'm always consistent with that.
Okay. So you want to just bring more of that to your self-care habits.
Yeah. So maybe what I need to do is be more disciplined and apply the discipline to stop reading so that I can work out now.
Okay. So your time.
Right.
So you have the time. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. You're very consistent with your reading and your current events, I would say.
Yeah.
I think you're never not.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. No, I know.
It's
like,
kind of...
It's interesting.
Well, like they say, right? Everything in moderation. So those two things are the things that it can become a vice almost. Yeah. Right? It's like, I enjoy reading so much that I'll do too much of it.
Okay.
In the sense that, hey, maybe some of that time should go towards getting back on the workout wagon. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What if you did like you worked out first, you meditated first to almost earn the current events and reading time?
I'll take that into consideration.
Because no matter what, you're going to read every day. You're going to check on current events.
I think so. Yeah.
You are always going to do that. Like you're never going to go, I'm not going to do it today. So like what if you just made, you just push the exercise and stuff. Anyways, we're all fine. Okay.
And we still have to get to our relationship stuff.
We do.
So I shared my personal overall self-care thing.
So my word, I switched words like the first week of January. So, but the word, and I felt like my original word that I chose, it was a good idea, but I wasn't feeling it, and I want to feel it, right? So my word and theme and intention for the year is actually reverence, which to me, I can feel that, and I'm like, oh, yes, that's Bear, if anyone can hear him. But so it's reverence for renewing my reverence for myself, which also includes self-care, so taking care of myself, but also reverence for my relationship with spirit, and also my relationship to renewing my relationship with the animal kingdom, the
energies of the natural world.
The cosmic energies, the directions. And I know that sounds like, oh, that's like so many different things. But the one word, having that word reverence, like it really brings me back to my heart space. I can feel it.
It's a quality of being and a quality of presence,
quality of being,
quality of mind and perception and the way that you look at and relate to things.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's my word. And so far, it's really been helping me when I start to feel like I don't have enough things on my list, or, just that old craziness.
And that's the pressure
like a crazy person.
Yeah, that's the pressure from our society, the society that we live in. That phrase, first world problems?
Yes.
In the quote, first world, there's that pressure to, hey, put more things on your list, get stuff done. Productivity is the thing.
Yeah.
And that's just the pressure and the values that are kind of put onto us here in the first world.
Right. Okay, so that's what we're doing personally. And yes, we've whittled down our goals, so we have less, we're going off after less things, which will be fantastic at the end of the year because we'll go, look, we did it all. And we have our word and intention for the year to always refocus us whenever we're feeling a little bit spread out. But
scattered.
The thing that we are doing differently for our relationship is we actually pre-scheduled all our dates for the entire year.
They're written in the planner.
They are in the planner. And we have never, ever done that before, ever.
Now, I think something that we should share with people is the fact that you and I work together.
Yeah.
Not just do the podcast together, not just do music together, but our jobs, like we actually work together.
Yeah.
So I think that's important to share because I think that fact is probably one of the reasons why you and I have not, like, for example, this past year.
We've not had a date.
We didn't do date nights or anything like that.
Yeah. I mean, we went out to dinner. We might have gone, we went out in nature, did a hike, whatever it was, but we didn't pre-schedule or have that intention like, let's make sure we go on a date this month. Let's make sure we put our relationship into the calendar. We absolutely did not do that.
Yeah. But I think part of that reason is because we do spend
an extraordinary amount of time
together. Whereas most other couples, right? They
go to work. Yeah. They don't see each other.
Exactly.
They come home. Yeah.
And so, of course, you're going to want a date night and schedule time to spend together.
Yeah. Versus
you and I, it's like, hey, we see each other every day, all day. Lots of sirens today.
Yeah. What's up with that? Yeah. And in fact, many years ago, I remember bringing up the date issue. It was an issue for me anyways. I was like, we have to go on dates more. And then Tosa's like, well, we just spent all this time together. And I'm like, that's not a date. Working together is not a date. I need to go on a date. I need to do something fun. So we're ready this year. Yeah. We're ready. So
But that's another example of first world problems.
I know.
But that is what we're doing. And I'm very excited and proud of us. Like, hey,
I know.
it
We
feels
sat there and we put it in.
through every single month.
Yeah.
And I really feel good about knowing it's in our planners.
Yes.
And being able to look ahead and plan something. Like plan the specifics of it. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. Because I think you and I, we're good at following directions. Mm-hmm. Like I will look at the directions. You know that when all else fails, read directions.
Yeah.
I'm the opposite. I'll look at the directions first.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm a geek like that.
Yeah.
So I feel like what we've done is we've given ourselves directions. For the rest of the year, we have directions. And now it's like, I'm going to have fun.
Just follow it.
Following it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And enjoying it.
Well, I think like after we did that, I've personally felt just a sense of relief. Like, okay, we didn't forget ourselves. Like we put ourselves in the book.
Yeah.
And it just felt so supportive to our relationship to know that it's in the books. Now, it doesn't mean that, you know, sometimes life won't happen and that,
and we might need to move a date.
Yeah.
Because we get invited to another event or something.
And we are aware of that. But this is the first step. And so we're going to see how this goes. But just to also let you guys know, we also scheduled, we scheduled our whole year. We scheduled everything. We have an intention for every single month that feeds into our intention for the year. And everything's in the calendar. And that feels good. That feels good. And again, it's not about like, oh, you know, we have to like cling on to what we're planning. It's just, okay, great. We have a plan. We have a plan, but we're also open to the universe. Should something else better,
other
and in more
opportunities,
alignment, you know, drop in. Yeah. But that feels really good. Like, oh my gosh, so good.
So we should report back in future episodes about how
the
dates are going.
Yes. Yes.
Since this is an LGBT podcast.
Right.
Okay.
So that's what we did. And in case you want to know, the next 2 dates on the calendar, one is going hiking and the other one is seeing a movie. So we'll let you know, keep you updated, let you know what movie we saw, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
All right. So thanks again for listening.
And until next time,
This is Sienna.
and this is Toast, telling you to love life, live free.
Woohoo!